For me, functional freeze is a time when you really feel like you can't even get up and do the things that you know you should be doing, things that add value to your life, but you're lacking off or procrastinating it. It's not even like you don't want the change or you don't know what to do. It's more so like you know exactly what you need to do, but the action that you need to do, you can't bring yourself to do it. So you're just basically frozen in this one place where you can't think about efficient growth, self-development, a change in mindset, and just thinking about doing all those things just is very overwhelming. And I've personally been in a place where that occurred to me. I kid you not, it's a place where you can't easily get out of. You need to do a lot of work towards it. You need the right techniques and the right tools to make sure that you work your way out of it. It's basically an endless loop. You sit, do nothing, and then the next day you think about how you sat and did nothing, and then you do the same thing again. But like, it's more of a mental and mindset thing rather than motivating thing. You can't really be motivated if you don't really want to be. Motivation doesn't just come to you, it's something that you have to learn to do. Motivation without discipline is just not possible. Not having the right tools, the right techniques, or the right people to surround yourself with just makes your life harder and you get stuck in this one particular place. According to my journal that I wrote, I've actually been in a functional freeze for 3 years. I didn't realize it, and I still don't realize it, but I've been trying to do things every single day which would help me to get out of it. And I wanted to share these little things with you. Identify the point in time where you started your functional freeze. This is really hard to identify. That's why I recommend taking a journal and dumping all of your thoughts into it. Even if it means that you have to go back to the past and revisit events that happened in your mind, so be it, because it's going to help you to really identify what things triggered the functional freeze. Being able to revisit them and critically reflect and think about it is going to help you to take the steps forward to resolve it. Okay, but now that you've actually identified your functional freeze and journaled, identified the exact point in time when it happened. Again, this may not be the case for everyone, but I'm just making a hypothetical situation here. What is something that you can do to get out of it? The first thing to understand is that functional freeze is all a mind's game. It is everything that happens mentally. You have to change your mind, your mindset, and gear it towards growth. In order to do this, there are a lot of things that you can do. Internet has a lot of resources. You can talk to people, therapy, this and that, but we're talking about the initial stages right now. So the personal things that I did to make sure that my mind was set into a growth mindset was to start practicing affirmations. When I say practice affirmations, I don't mean just read them once and then never look at them ever again. Affirmations are a way to trigger your mind into thinking positively. In order to do this, your mind has to be exposed to positive affirmations very frequently. And in order to do this, you have to download resources, tools that would help you to basically make it a daily thing. So the thing that I've been doing is I downloaded the I Am app. It basically sends me 10 notifications every day, and I can personalize it and I can make it very specific to where I see myself in the future. I get them on my watch. If I get a notification, I'm definitely going to read it. So this is like the best way to subconsciously make your mind a little bit more positive and expose it to positive affirmations. So the second technique that I learned was the 5-second rule. It's actually from the book The 5-Second Rule by Robbins, but I learned it from the Letting Go theory. Basically what the idea is, imagine that you are in a rocket ship and you are sitting and just waiting to be launched upwards into space. You hear some radio counting down, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then when the 1 hits, that's when you launch yourself up. The idea behind that is that on the 1, you launch yourself to do whatever task that you've been procrastinating. Something that I've realized from personal experience is that this only works if you have a good enough value, desire, or purpose. So you really need to delve deeper into the 7 whys of what you're actually trying to do with your life. So the third one is to take care of your body. And this is very underrated because you start to think, well, functional freeze, it's more of like a mental thing. Then why do I have to take care of my body? Science shows that the way that you maintain your body, the physical activity, movement that you get, it has a direct correlation to your your mental health. So the more that you're active, the more nutritious food that you eat, and the more exercise that you get, the more better your mental health is going to be. I used to blame my poor health as an excuse for my lack of productivity. And I realized that poor health is not an excuse for a lack of productivity, because sometimes you make the choice to make your health poor and you still choose not to improve it, then it's all on you and it's not an excuse. A few resources that I've been using. I already mentioned the I Am app for the positive affirmations, but there's actually two other things that I want to mention. The first one is the Fabulous app. So Fabulous is a daily habit tracking app. It basically builds habits, and it also has these guided exercise, sun salutation, meditation, all of these really unique coaching things as well. So there's a lot that goes on in the app, but I mainly use it just for the guided exercises and coaching. But yeah, like, it's a great way to make your daily habits and craft the kind of life that you really want. And the second one that I want to mention is journaling. This is more of like a strategic way towards journaling. So I actually have two journals. The first one is for a daily dump, and the second one is for a manifestation journal. So the daily dump includes of everything that's happened, everything that's going on in my mind, and I just dump it on to this one particular page every single day. It just helps to get rid of those bad thoughts, negativity, and just like release it from your system. And the second one is the manifestation journal, where I look at prompts on either Google or Pinterest and I try to answer them in present tense. For example, what does your dream life look like? I would put myself in a space where I visualize my dream life. I write it down. But yeah, like, that's just like a couple of things that I do to make sure that my mindset is geared towards positivity. And I'm not denying that I'm not in a functional freeze right now. It's something that you have to work every single day towards. You may also go back into the cycle, but you have to make sure that you keep moving forward and just don't look back. There's going to be times when you think about, oh, I want to go and do nothing. You know, like, that's something that all humans want to do. You know, just do nothing, sit, watch TV, go back to how you want your life to be. And I would say that manifesting, journaling, and doing it on a daily basis with affirmations and daily habits and improving them all makes a difference. So if you liked this and you found value in this particular journal entry, make sure to check out my blog, A Peek into a Dreamer's Journal. I have the Substack linked in the description. And yeah, just keep up with the journey. I don't know how to end videos. Basically a compilation of journal entries that go over how life is like in university and how a typical university student deals with all of the obstacles that occur along the way. And I just wanted to basically make sure that people won't follow my footsteps or go through the same kind of struggles that I did, or if they do, then they have a method to get over it. This applies to something that I learned. You're going to have peaks and you're going to have valleys. However, there is a very, very easy way to get over valleys, and that's through a bridge. And that bridge is basically what I'm trying to be, trying to help people get through the difficult stages in life, knowing that I have been through the same phases.